Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chair. May the witness be brought in, please. But whilst that is being done, Mr. Chair, the series of the last exhibit should be 205 instead of 204. The series
yes,
should be
yes,
205
indeed.
instead of 204.
Yep.
Okay.
You're absolutely right.
You may swear the witness, please.
I, Malamin Ceesay.
I, Malamin Ceesay,
Do swear that I will speak the truth,
I will speak the truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Council, before you get started with it, we'll check with you again. I don't get 204. Before now, you're giving 205. Maybe we can check those numbers again. What was 204?
Well, I can't remember from the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm looking at my
but
notes.
we have the exhibit register.
Okay.
And they are following the proceedings and entering the exhibits in the register. So if there's a mistake in the numbers, they will let us know.
Yeah.
Ordinarily, the exhibits register should have been kept from here, but for logistical reasons, they're being kept from the legal office.
Okay, we'll double check anyway.
We'll double check
during the
and
break.
then, yes, we will correct the number as needed.
Splendid. Thank you. You may proceed, please.
Mr. Ceesay, welcome to the TRRC.
Mr. Ceesay.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Ceesay, Mbafule Bismillah, TRC Jang.
You are called here today to testify mainly about three important things. The first is the issue of the panel for the Ndur Cham investigation of which you were a part.
Follow ni walem ye alfal mi yalan ko ye wolle kafu nyoma ye londi pour ye kisi roke min tata Ndur Cham la karola and wo alfal ni ye mil tombo ite dabe wala kon.
And the second is about the Ghanaians, the West African migrants case.
Fulanjawani walem West African migrant walem mol mi yalan ko pareta ka wudai kabo Africa jang kata banku do kan. And
the third one is the two of Gambian Americans.
And Sabanja Gambia ding
Mahmoud Ceesay and Ibu Job.
Full let me America dia for na be bulle Mahmoud Job.
Mahmoud Ceesay and Ibu Job.
Mahmoud Ceesay and Ibu Job.
Are you familiar with those?
I'm familiar with the names.
Mr. Ceesay, you are a senior police officer, retired, I believe.
Yes.
So you understand this process. So may I warn you that it is a criminal offense under the laws of this country to lie under oath. It is also an offense to provide false and misleading information to the TRRC. Do you understand that?
I understand.
We would interpose interpretation in the Mandinka language.
Nufana Sedo.
And you would have to allow for the interpretation before you respond to the questions asked.
Sedo akoni be kana soral ba kay nyante solale purisa je ko ni wala kana sorisa nang sinajabi.
You understand?
I understand.
But before you start, may I advise you that being truthful from the outset is absolutely important.
Bare be yamar la ko pour yetonya ajam bra fuludula wo be kumala bakila be betela bakila.
If you don't,
But ni mang tonya ajam
it would make the proceedings difficult.
abe ni se diandiro ni kolyandira le bake.
And I do not think that that would be a good thing.
Andonga mamira ko wo be kala ku kendolet.
Especially considering the fact that you have taken an oath to speak the truth.
On yaji be tenatale kalota ko be tonya le fala.
Do you understand?
Ya fahamle.
nga fahamle.
So let us not make it painful.
Oto silankana ko dimindi.
Okay.
What are your full names?
Ani mitoti ani kontong.
My names are Malamin Ceesay.
Domu Malamin Ceesay leti.
Date of birth and place of birth.
1st of January 1961.
January karo telefolo 1960 1961.
Place of birth?
Uluta sate jumalto.
I was born at Fuladu Birkamandim village in CRR.
Uluta Fuladu Birkamandim village CRR Tundola.
That would be just before Birkamaba.
That was within the same environment, Birkamaba.
Obe Birkama Mafon la Tundo Balaji.
Birkamaba. So where did you go to school?
I started my primary education at Birkamaba Primary School.
Ngana kalango dati Birkamaba Primary School. Dati Waldo.
And I have your CV here.
CV afelam buluja.
So perhaps we should just exhibit it to save us the trouble of going through.
Ko be betela pour ya dindi sedi ar jaro kono pour dale sadia se mako pour hani manta ka kono jibe.
Yes. So, but in 1979.
But 1979 sangola.
Rather, yes. You enlisted into the Gambia Police Force, correct?
Yes.
Gambia Police.
78, 79.
Gambia Police Bundal.
Yes. Could you give us briefly your progression in the force? I think you have that in your CV, the second to last page.
Give us
the summary of that.
Police police.
You mean the education and training I've acquired?
Yes.
Well, let me go through them if you wish.
All right, please, just go ahead, yes.
On the 19th of November 1987,
November karo till nano 1987.
I attended a junior detective course at the police training school, Yundum.
Junior detective course.
In the month of September to November,
November karo kata bon November kata.
I attended Police Detective College Enugu.
Police Detective College course in Enugu.
Anambra State.
Anambra State.
Anambra State, formerly Anambra State in Nigeria.
Nigeria Bangkok.
And the course I went through was criminal investigation.
Karangol minke wal dabi jele komi ka fomi ku jaw ke bal ni.
In April 2000,
April karo kono 2000.
I attended the Police Academy Research Center for Crime Prevention in Cairo.
Nga ndada non police la dingrato ga karandiro ka daming nga yang karandije wolem kisi ro nyala ka fa research.
The course I did was combating armed violence crimes.
Komi nga karandiro min ko wote wolem combating violence wolem coming fitno ka baji be la nyaay ba tankande la nyaay.
Armed violence crimes, he said.
Yes. In February, in February year 2002,
February 2002
U.S. Department for State of Bureau Diplomatic and Security.
U.S. Department Bureau
I went through surveillance detection policies and procedures. This one was locally held in the Gambia here. In September 2024,
September 2004,
three of the homes in Netherlands.
In Netherlands.
The course is training on investigation, interview techniques, and combating crimes of child sexual abuse and exploitation. And on the 15th of July in 2005,
July 2005,
UN Office on Drug and Crime, Banjul here.
UN la bunda nying mi yalan ka banyu jamil marta nyi sira fengola.
National workshop on training capacity building on counter money laundering and terrorist financing.
Wolem fana mil yalan ko eka kodo ta eka ke nyala mi yalan ko komi la kodo se yirwano nyamin wasilo la ngo karango fana kelanda an mi yalan ka ni silo manta.
And in July 2005,
July 2005,
I've undergone training in Nigeria in Abuja on Commonwealth Secretariat Human Rights Institute in Abuja. The training has to do with Commonwealth Human Rights Training Workshop for West African Police.
To ibi ko karandi nyala mi yalan ko hadama dungol la nyanto Kenya nyanta ka tankandi nyami
May 5th 2007
me karo tililulo 2007
I undergo FBI National Associate Africa Middle East chapter in Accra training.
Me nga karandiro ko mi yalan ko atara FBI la karola.
And this has something to do with transnational crime investigation training course.
And
here in the Gambia in 2007 in June,
Gambia Banko Kanjan 2007 June
I've undergone peace building and conflict management.
Tata fana ka karandi fana ko la mi yalan ko wollebe Cairo sabatin dinya Kenyato.
And in April 2008,
April 2008,
FBI Associate Africa Middle East chapter. This training was done in Oman, in Jordan, in Middle East.
FBI ila Middle East Associate nga karandiro fana soto wol bunda fana.
Transnational crime investigation training course.
In September
2009,
September 2009,
Sub-Interpol Regional Bureau, Accra.
From your Sub-Interpol Regional Bureau, member Accra Sato,
of course, acquired training there. Basic trafficking in human beings, knowledge and international cooperation.
In
April 2010, again, Interpol Sub-Bureau in Accra for the second time.
Interpol police
this is advanced training on trafficking in human beings, knowledge and international cooperation. I had undergone also online training. I don't know whether lead counsel will allow me to go onto that issue also. Thank you, sir. United Nations Police restoring civil disorder following hostilities.
United Nations kelo keta saiba munkela pour ko kelo dang ka karo sabatendi wo yan karandi wo fana
on the 30th October 2010
October karo tilitan sabo 2010
peacekeeping operation online program
yan karandi kula mina wala nyindi ko min karo sabatendi nya Kenya
disarmament demobilization
jorongal fana ta molbulu
reintegration on the principle of prevention management in peacekeeping.
Jorangol landi anim fana mol mi yalon ko wala dadunta kelol kono ka ferol landi mi yalon ko bela londol kafula nyami ye tarakudol kono min kelo mankeli.
On the 26th of October, Peacekeeping Training Institute online program.
Sa October karo fana tilimwani woro ngaka yankarandi kote minta da Cairo sabatindo Kenyala.
An introduction to UN system.
Nimfana kankarandi UN la dokuo Kenya kata nyami.
Here in the Gambia,
Banko Kanjang,
in 2012,
sangokono.
Management Development Institute,
Management Development Institute, Bundalem,
Advanced Diploma in Peace and Conflict Studies.
Karanta jefana ngamin karangola nyindi Cairo sabatindinya ani ning kelo keta mba sabatindila nyami.
In the same institute,
wo karandi dunkira klingonying.
Undergo leadership and information technology.
Yang karandi jefana to komi bekelano nyaton ko ti nyami. Anin kibaro la Kenya.
Now, in my professional work experience, I started as a constable.
1978-79.
I served as a constable at Banjul Police Station. And also in the same police headquarters, I serve as a on the traffic unit at the police headquarters. Lead counsel, I'm sorry, I could not remember to insert the date, time of that.
That is all right.
Junior Detective Investigation Division Force Headquarters in Banjul in 1980 to 1984.
Junior Detective Course Wobunda Fanado 1980.
Investigator attached to the Director of Public Prosecution DPP, Attorney General and Ministry of Justice in the Republic of the Gambia.
Natake motimi alonko yen samba kadoko ke ekafomi Director of Public Prosecution wale mata kisindi nya kunyo ala nyimbanko kanjang ke yen nakinda bala pronga ke motimi alonko memara kiskisiro kunya ala je kafo dami Ministry of Justice.
Lead counsel, this has something to do with 1981 coup when I was attached to Attorney General's chamber. Then the Director of Public Prosecution delayed Jackie Dako.
Ngadoko keje miatina yen samba nunje wale fanamu kudeta min kata 1981 sangokonanu.
And acting station officer Bundum Police Station.
Nata nake nyatonkola nomalonko di Bundum Police Station CID koto.
And assistant station officer crime investigation police headquarters.
Natana fanake kabula nyatonko noma police headquarters kiskisiro bundato.
That was in 1996 to 2001.
1996 2001.
Station commander, criminal investigation, Kotu Police Station.
Nya natake nyato koti Kotu Police Station walen kuja okela la kote.
And in 2005 May to 2010, officer commanding major crime.
2005 katafo 2010 ngeta fenti mi alonko ngeta kunton koti kafo dinkra mi major crime.
I served as a police advisor in United Nations peacekeeping mission in South Sudan UNMISS.
Nata fana kanake moti mi alonko mbedkala ya maro dila mulla miliyanko wolle UN multi milia wato miliyanko be South Sudan banko kan
I've spent 1 year 2 weeks.
Ntarje sanji killing lokum fula.
Again, I became a deputy commissioner of police.
Nata nage nyatonko nomolanko de police.
In 2011 to 2012, posted at
2011 kata 2012 inatanan samba.
Posted at West Coast Region Lower.
Inatanan samba berkama tundo mafangala.
And commissioner of police from May 2012 to 2013, posted at West Coast Region Upper.
May 2012 kata May 2013 yenke commissioner of police ti.
And the commissioner of police in Kanifing region.
Ika for dame Kanifing tundoto.
That was in 2013
about
to 2015.
About waketa nun sangomina 2013 kata for 2015.
And I was moved to the police headquarters.
Natana murundi kotem police la dinkira banyin to kotem.
Tied to implementation police and implementation unit.
I mean, sartol be tamande la nyame and was sartol yaje ko anyanta tamala
From
ko
12th of August
kabo August karo tiltanim flola
13th November 2015.
November tiltanim sabat 2015.
The Commissioner of Police in peacekeeping operation in Darfur.
Natanaga Commissioner of Police ti mi alanko wole mara kalo sabatin dola
from 15th of November to 14th November 2017.
Kabo November karo.
Could you check that date again?
Yes. Yes, it was. I left here on the 15th. Should have been, I left on the 14th of December.
Which year?
This is in 2015, and I came on 2017.
2015, and 2017.
And what was the position held?
Then I was a commissioner. I mean,
that was your title. But what position did you have in Timor?
Well, you mean in Darfur?
In Darfur,
yes. Yeah, I was commanding the reporting unit. I sent incident reports to the DPKO. And finally, Commissioner of Police, Kanifing Region, when I came back, until my retirement in 2018. That's all my biography.
Thank you very much. So let us start with the Trrc coup d'etat, for which you were a member of the panel, investigative panel. Obviously, you know that we have received extensive testimony on this particular issue. Can you tell us how this investigation was done? Again, I remind you of your obligations to speak the absolute truth. Please go ahead.
Continue.
In 2006, then the Inspector General of Police,
name?
Usman Sonko, informed us at the major crime that a panel is about to be constituted at the NIA premises. And the police need to be present and other security personnel.
Police kunda ila mol fana nyanta mabela jide anintanko bunda modol fana.
And a panel was constituted at the NIA premises in Banjul.
Natana wo panelo londi wala nyama je NIA to mimbe Banjul.
The panel comprises of the following.
Mol mi yalanko wolebe wo panelo kono kana wala to fote.
In the police side,
police la Carola.
Dembaso,
bije.
Now the crime management coordinator at the police headquarters.
Crime management coordinator
myself, the late Senindur, Lamin Cham, Boto Keta, Ablai Show. These are the people I can remember. When we come to the NIA, you have Mamadou Haidara Bije, Baba Saho, Fode Bari, and some NIA officers. I cannot remember all of them, but these are the key men in the panel.
Ni NIA do kula modul mi ala ko hakilo mol ma bar nga ñin tol mil fo mi ala be NIA do kula le fon ko ñindi ko ko.
And when you come to the military,
would the last person be Usman Jallo?
Usman Jallo, thank you.
Usman Jallo abaraka.
And then?
Now, on the military intelligence,
ni nata sojaro la mol la mi ala ko wala la intelligence. Lonal.
Jabang was present. Mfali Jabang.
Tala Mfali Jabang abeningele.
And others, I cannot remember their names, sir.
But you have given a statement. You have given a statement.
Yes.
I would send it back to you and you take a look.
Where is it? Yes, can I? Yes, this reminded me of the late Shenindu.
Let's first confirm that this is your statement.
Yeah, this is my statement.
Could you confirm your signature?
Yes, I've signed it.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I ask that the statement be exhibited as Exhibit 206. Take a look at it and yes, Mr. Chairman.
Request granted.
Thank you very much. Could you take a look at the statement and refresh your mind? Refresh your memory about the membership of the panel?
Yeah, the membership of the panel, I think I made mention Demba Sow and myself. Then I was an inspector. Demba Sow was
but Demba Sow
Boto Keta was sergeant. Lamin Cham was a sergeant. Ablaiso Corporal. Sienindur, now deceased, sergeant. Now, if you go to the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, we have Momodu Haidara. We have Baba Saho. Fodibari. Usman Jallo and others, I cannot remember their names.
Usman Jallo and Modol Miaran Hakilo Mambule Tola.
And like I said, military intelligence. Military intelligence. We have Mfali Jabang, now deceased. And you come to now the senior military and police present in this panel. You have Usman Sonko, then the Inspector General of Police. Lantombon Tamba, CDS. Meaning Chief of Defense Staff.
Chief of Defense Staff.
Harisambu, Director of National Intelligence Agency.
Harisambu, Director of the National Intelligence Agency.
Musa Jame, State Guard.
Musa Jame, Warbota Mansala Kantar da Molakono.
Fumbul Tamba, State Guard.
Fumbul Tamba, Wofana Bota Mansala Kantar da Molakono.
Alaji Martin, State Guard.
Alaji Martin, Fana Bota Mansala Kantar la Molakono.
Lead counsel, I think this is what I can remember.
Thank you very much. Could you send me back the statement? So, kindly tell the Commission briefly how these investigations were conducted.
Yeah. A panel was set up.
Yeah, we are more tombo ne mialanko yole yamar puri lo nyinkola ka kisi ka fire panel.
And the accused, the alleged co-plotters.
Mol mialanko yole tumi ko itolle lafta wo mansaya boendela no.
we are invited to the panel.
Ye kumandina inata mabe wo panelo nyinto.
And the NIA conduct questioning.
NIA will leketa multi mi yalanko will leka nyinin karoke.
And the police engage on recording statements.
Some police will multi-media will
Military intelligence, I believe, they are present there to gather information. Yeah. And when this, yes.
Council Mike.
Huh?
Were these the only entities that were present?
Sedo fangino mol damant mi alon ko lebe maberinje.
Yeah, I remember. That's what I can remember. Maybe if I go to my statement, but these are the people I can remember.
Have you ever heard of the entity called the Junglers?
For in ya moy ka mol min for jongola sol.
Yes. I think I'll comment to that, but yes, they were part of it.
And what was their role?
Their role was to escort the allied coup closer to the panel.
And what else?
And when that is done, and they will return them back to their detention center, I understand. The coup plotters were detained at State Center Prison in Mile 2.
Was this their only role?
Yeah, this as far, and they do arresting also.
Their role was arresting and escorting. What else?
Like I said, they bring people, or they brought the people to the panel.
What was their other role?
They torture people even before bringing them to the panel. My reason of saying this, when the alleged coup plotters are brought before the panel, you can see physical marks on their body. This, like, I mean, it has meaning that definitely they have a physical contact. From the junglers.
What kind of marks are you talking about?
Swollen eyes. And blood coming from sides of the mouth. You may even think that actually they were assaulted by using gun boots. And the people actually I can recognize in this panel. In the size of the alleged coup plotters, Bunja Dabo, Wasakamara, Yaya Dabo, Ermendi, Aliu Job. Yeah, these are the people actually I remember. There are many. There are many, but this is, unless I don't have record with me before, but definitely there are many. Yeah.
Bunja.
Bunja Dabo.
Did Bunja Dabo, did he appear tortured to you.
Bunja dabo kabra funtinal kan am mulungon ning mom ya lon ko ya tajire yale mulun talibang.
Yes.
Why do you say that?
Because Bunja, I think I cited some marks on his face.
Did you notice anything else?
If kudo fanan korsi ato tolbang.
Cannot remember, sir.
How about Wasa?
Wasa la kuwodu?
Yes, Wasa also, I discovered some marks on his neck.
Wasa fana nga baramanol jele wala baramol jele fana akomo mafon.
Yaya Dabo?
Yaya Dabo do?
Yaya, almost virtually actually is all these people I mentioned here. They've gone under serious torture by the junglers.
Ya jere ñu mol mi yalan ko ngawol be le to fajam. Nsafa ko be ye be tajriya dimindira mo fon.
Did the members of the panel know this fact?
Sila ngi moñol ini minube panel lo to ya lonne ko tonya.
I presume they might have known him because if a person is brought before you, and actually when he was living there, I mean, you can see fresh wound on him. And you will establish that actually the person has undergone either a torture or certain malpractices.
So was this a known fact or a presumed fact?
It's a known fact.
To all members of the panel?
Yeah, because I can attest to that.
What would you say to the suggestion by a member of the panel that he did not know that these people were being tortured before they were brought to the panel?
All what I can testify here is that all those present in that panel, I mean, to my belief, that they are aware of this alleged torture.
So the suggestion that they did not know would be a lie?
Suggestion that they don't know whether it's a lie. Everybody knew about it.
And Mr. Witness, you have undergone extensive police training, didn't you?
Andung ite sedo ye police karang jamale ke mialo karang kumaba ye woleke kodi.
I've gone under series of training. I agree with you, lead counsel.
And you know that the interview, the person should offer information voluntarily.
Andu yalo ne ñinin karo mi alon ko o mari al kam ñinin ka abbe kuma kan min dila ko matara mantra de to kono.
I agree with you.
And that one of the vitiating factors for a confession, one of the factors that would render a confession invalid would be torture.
Andung ni ajibe ko mi alon ko wole be mo forcé la diamu wolo tajiriyat.
Comme kol mi yalon ko ibe mo forcer la pra diam ni tajirinte ya dabula je dura kam to ko wo kol ni nga mantane silo la nyanta tala nyame.
I agree with you that if excess force are used,
mbeso nemale na tara sembo dabula
to extract judicial confession statement from an individual.
Comme ipareta pour ka kuma ko ta mi yalon ko asike ya samba luwa nyati wala
tantamount to torture.
Wo ba fara ko mu tajire yalti.
Did that happen?
Fo ketanune.
I will say yes.
Ba fala ha.
Do you believe that was lawful?
Way sonta ilata le ko ni luwa tatale.
This is unlawful.
Woni luwa manta.
Yeah, but the thing is, all of you knew that this was unlawful, isn't it?
Yes.
And all of you were involved, the IGP, the Inspector General of Police, the head of the NIA, and the CDS, all of them were involved, weren't they?
Andong atol mume da bije IGP police la nyatonko NIA la nyatonko atol be da bije.
Correct?
That's true.
And all of you knew that what was going on was unlawful.
Andong atol be alon ne ko albe kol min tamanden kango ni luo mantade.
Correct?
That's true.
And all of you went ahead with it.
But atol be na te de oral continue taka.
And just did it like this is normal business.
Natal ke ko akamunta ko kulo mi alon ko akakewole nyama.
True?
True.
So in fact, all of you failed in your legal duty to this country. All of you violated the Constitution.
Atol mume aliala doko ngintinya atol be banko boyndile alla doko comme loi di alla nyamino.
Do you agree with that? Well, you have a right not to incriminate yourself. But you don't have a right to lie. So think about the answer. But all of you violated that Constitution. Because there's a protection against torture. Even if you did not torture, you countenance the torture. What do you say?
Yes. I personally, I'm not trying to defend myself. I know I was present. I personally, I did not participate.
Go ahead.
I did not participate in the torture or like torture.
Yes. You did not participate in alleged torture. In all fairness, we do not have evidence showing that you participated in torture. But you participated in extracting the fruits of the torture. Which is the confession. True or false?
Yes, my physical appearance there, and the truth has been extracted from the alleged suspect, and I did not put a stop to it. Actually, it made definitely participate. Again, if the CDS present, Inspector General of Police was present, all the head of units were present, senior to me in part. I mean, this is a disciplinary force. If they also notice something is coming, by virtue of their position in the society, they can order immediate stop of these electors. Unless they intend to satisfy the government.
We were not there. You are the one who was there. Tell us whether they intended to satisfy the government by allowing these tortures or not.
I think basically, somehow, yes.
But that's not limited to them. You too, the junior officers, you wanted to please your seniors, you wanted to please government, you went along with it.
Atol fango mi alon ka tollo mi la dindingolti. Atol fanan laftale ke tol sewondi. Atol fanan ni denta pour aller au ko ke pour commencer kunda sewondi.
True or false?
Fanyalon fatonyalo.
You are right to say that because we did not put. But at times, even if you mention your order, your statement may be regardless.
Could you say that again?
I say, even if. I mean, you urge them, look, let's stop this torture. You inform the hierarchy present there. Those statements might be regardless.
Maybe disregarded, you mean to say?
Yes. Okay, it may be disregarded. Thank you for that.
So it means to say that the system that was put in place was to torture people to confess so that you can all satisfy the wishes of the government.
Comme taran silo mimbe nungo wato mimbe kero wato wolom ka mol tajriya ka kuma kangol bondi bulu isa jal se man sakunda se wondi woloma tolla do ko tunu wato.
That was the system, correct?
Wole katanu system woti.
Yeah. Then the former regime.
But who in particular in the government did you intend to satisfy?
Silang atol fango mansakunda alle atol fang atol ngani yosoto pour ka juma fango le sewondi mansakunda.
The President of the Republic is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces.
Ya jele president ni mi alanko wala matra bankola wala kita moti mi alanko atelemu sojarol la kundon kodi and woto mo yaya ejeje jamme wala yaya jamme.
From what you know, did Yaya Jammeh know what was going on in these investigative panels?
Silang itela longoto fo Yaya Jammeh alonne muni be kering ning alpha kafolto mimbe nyidin karola ngindulanto mimbe kol kiskis kan.
Why do you say that?
Well, I am very observant in what was going on. I saw 3 people, and each of these people, they have a cell phone. This is Musa Jammeh, Mbultamba, sometimes Alaji Martin. And these are the people attached to the State House. Anything. Actually, they must communicate with they said Oga.
And who was this Oga?
Former President Yaya Jammeh.
So are you suggesting, what do you suggest was happening between these 3 persons you named, Musa Jammeh, Tumbul Tamba, and Alaji Martin? What was happening between them and Oga?
Silandu ite kom bafo kan nyame tela miroto mune be ke kan ni mosa bol la itolu andi ni kam ni Oga ni.
For me, if investigations is ongoing, whenever there's a fresh evidence, I mean, all of a sudden, either Musa goes out, or Martin goes out, or Tumbul is running between the State House, the panel. So I believe, I mean, some informations are picked up, sent to the president.
But in the communications, you mentioned something like Oga. Where did you hear that
term? Nearly all the army say Oga to Yaya Jammeh. Hardly people call him Yeah, Jamie. Ogase.
Mol min be mi yalan ko be mo sojarol di wala be do ko la sojar dinkral
Even in the police.
Oga e ko ibuka ya jame to ma hani
Even
police
the
ko da
civilians.
fon hani mol mi yalan ko manke police ti manke sojarol ti civil
but by from the communications of those three people you mentioned, did you hear them say Oga? Did you hear them say
ni mosa boli la o nyomo telefono to ifon ka mele ka fo Oga ifon ya mele bo foka ni be la telefono nyomo.
No, but the moment the telephone rang,
bari ka je nin telefono kumata doron
actually they pick the phone and go out.
ka telefono ni cikale ye
All what you say, yes sir.
e kami moy do la wala yes sir
Actually.
so which leaves you with the conclusion that
Definitely they were speaking to
sabati tebal ko
head of state.
wala ka tinina ko ni banko kunton ko le be nyomo ka.
As far as you were concerned, who was ultimately in charge of what was happening in that investigation panel?
silang itela longoto jumal be nyaton ko yata kan ñu alla ngi ñini kar ka foto
Who was ultimately in charge?
jumale ngi ko ñi nyaton ko ya alla ngi kis bundato.
Well, as far as investigation is concerned, I will target the NIA. We are setting up questions.
Comme Musa fo no nyang kisiro nyimbe no nyami mba fola ko NIL mi yalan ko wala ka nyinin karo.
The question is who was the architect of what was going on?
Nyinin karo nya wol jumale be ko ngin tamandi kan nyami comme ka ferol landa nyanta tamala nyami nyin kis lo bundato wato.
The senior people in the panel.
Wala molti mi yan kunton kol ni min be panelo nyinta.
This is the director of National Intelligence Agency.
Director of National Intelligence Agency.
Under the CDS.
Ni CDS.
The Inspector General of Police.
Police wala kunton ko.
And the person who questioned the suspect, Haidara.
Ni mo mi yalon ko wala ka ni mol mi yala subita min
this,
ka Haidara ka fa.
In a nutshell,
sa ni be
the architect of this panel.
But above them, who should be blamed for what has happened, for all the violations that have happened in that process?
Silang itol kola ebe jumale wasio jibe iba kola la jumale kan ka fa ko ngin kul be min kete ngin lanto mi alon ka ni luwa manta nyanta ba ko ngin la jumale kan.
Who should be the person to bear responsibility for
jumale
this
nyanta
violation?
ko ngin ñun nak ka fa ko kate da atele ngin kul be ke atele ko sabu.
I believe the CDS, the IGP,
IGP police wala kuntong
the director of National Intelligence Agency.
NIA la kuntong ko fana.
I mean, they can be blamed for this.
Isa wala jalay no ko wala nyung kusa.
As a senior police officer,
police
who knows the concept of superior responsibility and the concept of command responsibility?
Andung ite la ko faham.
Above these three people you have named, is there any person who should also bear responsibility for these crimes, for these violations?
Ko itolle be ko nyunna silan fo mobe jele mi alon ko wole be to e fanan santo ko ngin kol be min keta mi alon kan luwa manta atele wo ko be saba tele nyanta aduno nyunna.
These are security matters.
Ya nyamutanko bunda la kolati.
And the police are in charge of the internal security of the country. Internal.
And the police will lemata tanko Kenya la banko kono.
This IG then must have known or must have role to play in this thing.
Police la kuntonko no wo wato kono isafo no wol mum molti mi yalan ko isalla no wala kam.
You said the president was aware of what was going on?
Bare ya fa janne ko president on aya kalam rele fem betama kan
the panel, yes.
Panel to
was he aware of the tortures?
Silan tajriya min be kere no ayo fanan kalamutale.
I say yes.
Why do you say that?
Munane ofo.
Because by virtue of communication between Raji Martin, Tumbul Tamba, and Musa Jame.
Niajibe, kibarul ka di nungala nyamin ka jarendi wala ka mil ka futanda walem Alaji Martin di Tumbul Tamba
I am sorry to say that actually Tumbul is late and Musa Jame is late.
Musa Jame in Tumbul be say mantara baluring.
But those who are doing the torturing, do you know where they came from?
Sila ngi molu min betajiria fam kekan yalo ne bota dami.
Sa jonglas.
Mulati ke wolem jongulalti.
Where did they come from?
They came from State House.
Bota nam mansala korabalto.
Who was their ultimate commander?
Sila itolo jongla so jumala mi la nyaton koti.
Musa Jame.
And to who does Musa Jame ultimately report to?
Sila Musa Jame tafana ke danko jumali ya.
Musa Jame banko kuntonko ake danko wal.
So, would the head of state have any responsibility for what has happened during those panels, the tortures?
In kul mi alon ko wole keta tamatal panelo toji fo ni banko nyaton ko ate fen soto je ba.
Yes, because
katunko.
Proceed.
He knew there was some violation going on.
Atayalo nako komi nyanta tinyal be keri nenu.
And the reports reached to him.
And woki waro futata male.
So he should order immediate stop of the everything.
If
he continues, this thing is persisting. It's a cross violation of human rights on his side.
So are you saying that Yaya Jammeh violated the rights of Bunja Dabo, Wasakamara, Yaya Dabo, Per Mendy, Ali Job, and the many others who are unmentioned, who went through this panel and were tortured?
Silang ilafta mi fala wolo ya jamme wole nyi molu la nyanto tinya wolo Bunja Dabo, Wasakamara, ani wo mol be mi alon ko funtuta panelo nyatilingola ya jamme le la nyanto tinya.
Yes, he's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
He's
the head of the state.
But not only that, he sent the soldiers that carried out the torture.
These are the junglers.
They
are also part of this violation.
Yes, but the junglers were answerable to Yaya Jammeh.
I agree with you.
And Yaya Jammeh should be responsible for their conduct.
Very well.
So therefore, you would agree Yaya Jammeh is responsible for all these tortures, among other people.
Ya jamme ani molu be ya jamme be nyunna ko be la ko nyanta tinya ko be min keta wodlanto ya jamme ba nyunna.
You agree with that?
I agree with you.
But you know that this basic manufacturing of evidence, because that's the only way I could call it, led to people being convicted and sentenced to very long terms of imprisonment, including death.
But for yalone comme ñinul ka ñin tapaleya ñin tamandika cediaro ñin funtindinanka la ñin molkan ke samba ke kitinde o yatina fo e mo jamal fango sorong fo sangi jama dol fango fam nata faawo kono fang
imam fade ye sentence to death
ye sorong ko ibe falale.
I agree with you.
How do you feel about that?
ñin ko ñin tañadile.
Do you answer now?
It's very inhuman.
And you know that was your work, that was your handicraft. That was what was done by the members of the panel.
Yes. But I have also some comments to do this.
Please go ahead.
I mean, the police I belongs to.
The police, me
interrogation or questioning is done by the NIA. And the officers will be delegated to go and record statement from A, B, and C.
Actually,
this is what I know.
But of course, you know that that does not absolve you from responsibility. You guys harvest the fruits of the unlawful enterprise. You guys take the statements knowing fully well that these people were tortured. Correct?
Yes, because whenever they appear before the panel, you can see some marks on them. Based on that, consider they were put in fear. And whatever statement they might have narrate, they will think of what they've suffered from the junglers. And nothing will stop them to come out with the truth. Nothing will stop them to say whatever statement they are making. It was it was put on the jurist.
Comme fente balela ko kuma fo mi yalan ko itol malef kafo katu wato mine bela kuma ko wato inane detendele no pri yenyi mem foten iso fo.
And how do you feel that because all of you failed to do what the law required you to do, some people were sentenced to very long terms of imprisonment?
Silangite o kota nyadele katon atol nyanta do kota mal nyame comme loi ya fo nyame almake o nyama o mo nata sabu fo e modol soron wati jang kaso kono.
How do you feel about that?
To ko ya ta nyadele.
I would say that the panel have somehow failed their responsibility.
Ba fala ko wo alfa miya ye tombonge ke nyato priye tarawo panel loto ila do ko nyanta ka minke make nyanta ka kenya.
How do you feel about that?
Yo ko ni je nyadile.
This is inhuman.
Wo mo fenati miya ka ni hadama ya mantanyola.
Abdul Karim Jah.
Abdul Karim Jah.
You decided, you informed him that he'll be used as a witness, didn't you?
Nataje ko alafta talal ka kesedo ti kodi.
Actually, I in passing did not speak to him. Actually, I in passing did not speak to him.
Well, that's what he said.
Well,
consider, but definitely, I in passing did not communicate with Abdul Karim Jah.
So for no
Of all the panelists, why would he choose you? To say that you misled him into believing that he'd be used as a witness.
I did not have any personal contact with, Abdul Karim.
But why would Abdul Karim leave those who had personal contact with him and select you, the person who did not have personal contact with him, and allege that you misled him into believing that he was going to be used as a witness and nothing more?
Abdul Karim ani minulu ka nyomoy nunu atewol betuji itemi yalon ke na man kusoto ayete chodi ka fuko itele ya nini ka jeko ko abekela sedotile.
Among oath, I've never promised him anything. That, and in fact, I did not even contact with him, to be honest.
So you know that this promise was in fact an inducement for him to incriminate himself.
And we found alone ko yarfa ni lahido emin faye o mukuleti mi alon ko pura fango sa fang dung fang.
Or just confessed we use you as a witness. You know that is incentive, inducement for the person to self-incriminate.
Wolom don ka fa marini ne ka faye atonya fo don kumo fo don ni fo ni abe fo mbekela sidut ko fango alon ko kulo mi alon ko mari dundi pra maria fandung.
Lead counsel, I maintain that
Lead counsel,
I personally
do
not have any contact with Abdul Karim.
Mr. Chair, perhaps we should leave it at that, and we return after the lunch break.
For the West African migrants issue?
Yes, I have 2 other topics to go.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We will take a break and then come back at 2:45. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.